How's it going, everyone? My name is Sinikle, and welcome back to yet another Umineko no Naku Koro ni. We're still within episode 5, End of the Golden Witch. And if you want to get caught up, the link to the playlist, as always, is in the description down below, so go ahead and check it out. But without further ado, let's go ahead and continue from where we last left off. The rain was still pouring down as hard as ever. This weather was supposed to continue all day tomorrow as well, which made me feel a bit depressed. Oh wait. Given the time, I should say today, not tomorrow. But that doesn't really matter now. I'm sleepy. With half-asleep eyes, I opened my umbrella. The large drops of rain pounded mercilessly against it. Technically, the end of the family conference had been declared at 1 a.m. But external scuffles kept continuing sluggishly. I'm really jealous of Aunt Rosa, who managed to slip out of there at that time. She cleverly got away by saying that she'd check on Maria, who might have been staying up too late. Dad caught me, ruining my chance to escape. And they made me stick around until now, 3 a.m. So, what have they decided on after all this bloody time? Nothing at all. Gee, great productive work. They just kept on arguing about who said what, like elementary school kids. I'm sure they're tired too. That's probably why they keep dragging on with the same pointless questions. I no longer felt any shock or anger towards them. I guess drowsiness is the best painkiller. I left them behind and finally returned to the guest house. Excuse me. So we're still as Battler. Cool. When I got back to the guest house, the first floor lounge was lit. Oh? I could even hear people chatting inside. At 3 a.m.? Damn! Well, I don't have an excuse. It's 5 a.m. for me. But I just woke up, so... Anyway. Apparently, some people were still awake even this late. Oh, alright. Despite the late hour, Goda-san and Dr. Nanjo were still up and chatting. Plates and cups were lined up on the counter, and it looked almost like a bar with Goda-san as the bartender. When they noticed I had returned, they seemed to finally realize how late it was. When Goda-san made to top off Dr. Nanjo's glass, the latter declined with an exaggerated gesture.
もう結構です。この時間では夜更かしのしすぎだ。
Well then, don't mind if I do. Take that cup.
もうこんな時間とは。南條先生があまりにお話がお上手なもので、ついつい。
それを言ったらあんたの酒の魚のおかげだ。また別の機会に一杯やりましょう。
喜んで。バトラー様、お帰りなさいませ。まだ旦那様方の会議は続いておりますか？
あの調子でグダグダと明け方までやるんだろうぜ。知ったことじゃねえぜ。
I spoke carelessly, with a big yawn.
皆さん、案外体力が終わりですね。
Ah, you're still up, huh?
びっくりです。
なんだ、お前までいたのか。
なんとなく流れで、こちらでささやかな夜会が始まったもので、混ぜてもらっていました。例のことは 話してませんのでご安心を。
Erika could be seen on the sofa. She had taken her shoes off and was lounging around as though she owned the place.
エリカ様も本当にいろいろなお話をご存知で、とても楽しく聞かせていただきました。
あんたは本当に博識だ。若いのに大したもんだよ。
どういたしまして。フルドエリカはこの程度には博識ですので。
Erika grabbed the corners of her skirt and posed. This was somewhat less than graceful considering that she was lounging on the sofa with her feet up.
ローザおばさんは
午前の1時頃にお戻りになりましたが、すぐに上がられ、お休みになられました。
That's probably true. After taking part in that conference for so long, I feel like flopping down in bed right away myself. I've had it. I'm tired enough that I might flop over right here.
さあ、私たちもこれくらいにしましょう。ゴーダさんも明日の朝食の準備で朝が早いのでしょ。
朝食の仕込みはすでに済んでおります。どうぞ明日の朝食も大いにご期待いただければ幸いです。
In Goda-san's eyes, the family conference is an open stage on which to display his culinary skills. Maybe this invigorates him so much that he doesn't even get sleepy. Erika stood up, laughing at how youthful Goda was. This became a sign that it was time to disperse.
お片付けは私の方でしておきます。どうぞ皆様はお休みを。
Yes, sir. Leaving the cleanup to Goda-san, I went to the bathroom and then climbed the stairs to the second floor.
それでは皆さん、おやすみなさい。
Nighty night then, Nanjo.
老骨にはちと夜更かしが過ぎましたな。
おやすみなさい、南條先生。おやすみなさい、バトラさん。
おう。おやすみ。
Then, in the second floor hallway, we split up. Dr. Nanjo went to his own room. Erika went to her room. And I returned to the cousin's room. I couldn't hear any sounds of playing coming from our room. Could they have fallen asleep already? No surprise at this time of night. If they were still playing, they would have been staying up way too late. When I opened the door quietly, as expected, the room was already pitch black except for a small nightlight. Everyone was already sleeping in their beds. I'm sure they all had a great time and played a tongue. What the fuck did I just say? Did I say tongue? Ton. There we go. God damn. What the fuck? I just woke up. Please, don't start with me. Then they probably talked about youthful things and enjoyed staying up late. If only I hadn't found the gold, I could have enjoyed my time with them. No, I'm already tired. So tired. Forgetting even to change my clothes or brush my teeth, I crawled into bed and immediately began to descend into the marshes of sleep. Today's been so insane. I wonder if that old bastard is still in that family conference now. How does he not get tired? Come to think of it, what was it that old bastard said when we parted company?
明日家族で重要な話がしたい。
Oh. Hmm.
お前に関わることだ。
Oh? I'm sure it's more stuff about being the successor. Okay. I don't even want to hear about it.
こいつを話せば俺は殺されるだろうな。
The fuck? He said this once before, right? I'm getting a little bit of deja vu. Huh. I'll kill you whenever you want, you old bastard. And then... what was it he said next?
お前の生まれについての話だ。
Oh, shit. My... birth? Probably just something about the noble Ushiromiya lineage, right? Audible gulp. Not interested. Just let me sleep. Alright, well, that's the end of the chapter, folks. No. That's 12 minutes. Alright. Looks like y'all are getting a special long episode this time. Ha ha. Anyway. The sound of crashing waves. The sound of the tide surging. The noise of the sea breeze. Whenever my headache torments me, these are the sounds that fill my head. Okay, headache. So, we're Natsuhi right now? Yep. Unable to bear a successor, I was in a very difficult position with regards to the Ushiromiya family. Whenever I heard of a drug or incense that could make you achieve pregnancy, I tried it, but nothing had any effect. Until I was blessed with Jessica 18 years ago. I was ashamed to even call myself a wife.
こうなすのは二人の努力と天の気まぐれ。そなたばかりが責められたのでは割が合わぬな。
何が原因で解任できなかったのかは今となっては分かりません。名医のもとにも通いました。屈辱的な検査も受けました。しかしいつも理由は分からないと言われるだけでした。
結婚から短くない時間を経て未だ子を宿せない。なるほどな。次期当主を密かに狙うエヴァが首をもたげぬわけもない。
Eva tried to convince father that I was a failure as the successor's wife. It was a time when Kinzo was also very disappointed by my husband's repeated business failures. On the other hand, Eva's husband Hideyoshi's business was growing well, completely the opposite of my husband's. He was the only person who could bring father good news. So, perhaps father couldn't be blamed if he decided to lend an ear to Eva's words, or even accept them completely. It was all my fault, because I couldn't bear a child.
そなたに罪などない。この国の赤ん坊はコウノトリが運んでくるのであろうが。裁かれるなら、それはコウノトリになるのが道理というものよ。
Right.
ありがとう。しかし、いくら当時はまだご健康とはいえ、すでにご高齢の当主様が早く孫の顔を見たいと思われていたことは想像に難くありません。
知るか。 孫が欲しくばうなるほど持っている金で好きにすればよかろうに。金で生み出せぬものはないと豪語した金蔵だ。孫が欲しくば自慢の金で何とかすればよいものを。
ええ、そうです。当主様は子を宿せぬ私を見限られ、その通りになされたのです。
Eh? The head gave to many charities, thinking it the duty of anyone in possession of so much money. One amongst these, an orphanage known as the Fukuin House. I'm butchering it so much, I realize I'm sorry. Had been given especially large donations, possibly because he had old ties with that place.
ああ、福音の家か。
Fukuin, okay.
よく
Got
あ
it.
そこから家具どもがやってきていたな。
Now I need to make sure how to pronounce it correctly. Great!
当主様は社会活動と職業訓練の一環として福音の家の子たちの中から成績優秀な子を使用人として受け入れていました。
Which is where Shannon and Canon came from. Got it.
当家にいるシャノンやカノン、ルノンやマノン、
Yep.
レノンなどの音の名を持つ使用人はすべてそこからやってきた子たちでした。
Oh, there's even more. Okay.
いろいろな連中がいたな。多くはほんの数年で辞めるがな。
Ah, right.
当家の給金は数年も働けば十分社会で生活していけるだけたまるでしょうし、後宮家での使用人経験は履歴書に通用する立派な肩書きになります。それを得て社会へ羽ばたいてくれれば当主様もきっと本望だったでしょう。
なるほど、養子か。
Wait, that flew by my head. Wait, what?
お父様。
Wait, what? That flew by my head so fast. What about adopted child? What? Who? What? What? Who?
今何とおっしゃいましたか。
What?
この赤子を我が孫として迎えよ。
おお、よしよしよし。
Is this Jessica?
よしよしよしよしよし。よしよしよし。
Apparently, the baby that Kumasawa was trying to soothe didn't like the steady air at all. It kept on crying, upset.
申し訳ありません。
So she didn't give birth at all. Okay. Huh?
私には何をおっしゃっているのか。
Huh?
この赤子を我が孫として迎えよ。そしてクラウスの後を継ぐ者として育てるのだ。
それはつまり私と夫の子として育てよとおっしゃるのですか。
そうだ。お前に子が宿せぬことはもはや明白。お前の体には何かしらの問題があるに違いない。
Yeah, it's always the woman's fault. Of course it is, Kenzo, you old bastard. Sexist prick.
おお、よしよしよしよしよし。おお、よしよしよしよしよし。
It can never be the fault of the man. Oh my god. This old bastard, I'm glad he's dead. As though she couldn't hear our discussion in the slightest, Kumasawa-san kept on trying to cuddle the baby. This made it cry even louder.
暴言だな。女の責任だけで子が産めるなら、この世に男など必要ないわ。
True. And that's coming from me, a man. Oh, God damn it.
あの日の悔しさを忘れたことはありません。私とて子が欲しくなかったわけがない。でもいくら祈ろうとも身ごもれないのです。私の体に原因があるのではないかといくつもの名医を訪ね歩きました。
Yeah, we've already been through this.
しかしそれでもいくら努力しても身ごもれなかったのです。
その挙句がこの仕打ちではな。
By how they're speaking, is the baby Jessica or not? Because how they're speaking, I think it's the mystery man from the phone calls. Because I don't. I'll just continue. Obviously, my questions will be answered. Obviously. All right. The baby had been picked up by the Fukuin house just recently. Oh, okay. Of course, you... Wait. Okay, never mind. I was thinking something, but no. Okay, never mind. Anyway, of course, you couldn't help but feel compassion for this child, who was just so young, and who had already lost its parents' affection. However, it brought me nothing but pain and sadness. It would have been another story if I had suffered to bear this child. But why should I be forced to hold this baby, who not only shared none of my blood, but who was not related to my husband in the slightest either?
お父様を恨んではいません。もし恨めるのなら、ただただ自分の体が恨めしかった。憎かったんです。子を宿せぬ我が身がひたすらに憎かった。だから私は祈りました。天使と悪魔の両方に。そしてその両方が叶いました。
天使には何と祈ったか。
私の体に奇跡を。私の体に問題があるというならそれを受け入れましょう。ならばそれを克服してどうか夫の子を授かることのできる奇跡を私に。
その願いは叶ったわ。
Okay, so she did become pregnant. Okay, so then the first baby. Okay, so okay, my suspicions were right. Okay, good.
あなたはその次の年に
Right.
見事にジェシカを産むことになる。
And so the baby that... Okay, so that's why she's getting mystery calls by this guy. Okay, gotcha. I got the picture now.
そして悪魔には何と祈ったか。
悔しい。悔しい。この身が恨めしい。そしてそれを見せつけるかのような。この赤ん坊が憎かったんです。
何を願われたのですか。
私は初めて悪魔に祈りました。願いま、この赤ん坊が消えてなくなってしまえばいいのにって。
Okay. Sudden transition to this. Got it. Of course, that wish was also granted by demons. On that day, I left the baby with an older servant and went to think about the future in the rose garden. No, that's a lie. I didn't want to think about anything. The baby's cries were annoying, so I ordered the servant to take the baby to a place where I couldn't hear it. By a place where I couldn't hear, I meant somewhere far away. Yes, I wished for it. I wished for the servant to take the baby far away and never return.
なるほど。
So that's what the servant did? Okay.
雪吊りの悪魔が夏日様のその願いを聞いてしまったのですな。
してどうなったのか。
それは悪魔が願いを叶えてくれたとしか思えない奇妙な事故でした。
The woodland path from the rose garden to the harbor is probably well suited for a comfortable walk. It must surely feel good to occasionally leave the path and walk through a grove of trees, depending on your mood. However, wouldn't that path be fairly hard to travel on when taking a walk with a baby in your arms?
その先は断崖でした。高さは多分10メートルくらいはあったと思います。下は岩場。そこには柵もあったのです。その使用人はわざわざそんなところまで赤ん坊を抱いたまま歩いていき、そして柵に寄りかかったとでも言うのでしょうか。まるで悪魔に手招きされて誘われたとしか思えない。
誘われちゃったのね。あなたの願いを聞いた悪魔がその使用人を招いちゃったんだわ。
それではその使用人と赤ん坊は。
死にました。崖から転落して下の岩場に。いえ、私が願ったから死んだ。だからこれは
そなたのせいではない。その先を考える必要はないぞ。
でも私が願ったから。
いいや、違う。願えども叶えるか否かは神と悪魔と魔女の気まぐれ。そなたに罪はない。人間に罪はない。わらわが殺したことにしてもよい。いや、わらわが殺した。嘆くそなたを不憫に思い、わらわが赤子を連れた使用人を崖へいざない、その下に導いたのだ。
不幸な事故があっただけではありませんか。事故で納得がいかなくば我らの仕業に。そのための悪魔でございますよ。
そうだわ。私たちはそのためにいるのだもの。あなたが殺したわけもない。私たちが殺したのよ。だからあなたには何の罪もない。だからどうか自身を責めないで、夏日。
I just want to say I still can't get over her voice. God damn! Anyway.
そうでしょうか。
Damn. So soothing. Anyway, what?
本当に私に
Where am
罪
I?
はないのでしょうか。
Who am I?
ああ、ないぞ。19年前の復讐を名乗るワーコードめ。
I don't want to see those eyes of her again, please.
呪うならわらわを呪うがよいわ。しかし呪うは魔女の専売特許よ。夏日に売りしその喧嘩、わらわが買おうではないか。わらわは後宮家顧問錬金術師、黄金のベアトリーチェ。
ほほー。
使えし主に売りし喧嘩はわらわが買おうぞ。 19年前の復讐とな。1000年の魔女の前にその程度の年月、瞬きにも足りぬと知れ。19年前にそなたの死を願ったナツヒが憎いか。思い出させてやろうぞ。そなたを崖下へ誘ったのは誰かをな。
As the middle-aged female servant cuddled the sobbing baby, she walked on a small path through the trees. Natsuhi had told her that the baby was too loud, so she had tried to get as far from the rose garden as she could. She was completely unaware as to why she'd gone out of her way to head in this direction. However, the sobbing baby suddenly stopped crying. Something was reflected in its eyes, but the servant couldn't tell what. However, thinking that the baby had stopped because it had taken an interest in something, she headed in the direction of the baby's gaze. Ooh, the butterflies. The baby had seen a cloud of golden butterflies disappearing off into the trees. And on the other side of the trees, the servant could see a woman. Who? She didn't recognize this person, but it didn't look like anyone who was supposed to be here. The baby stopped crying and stared in that direction. Then the servant's legs started to automatically carry her that way.
こちらへ来い、女。その呪われた赤子を抱いてな。
The woman couldn't disobey. She was completely overwhelmed by Bito's gold, glowing eyes. She walked lightly, as though through a dream world. At some point, the scenery surrounding her had changed. But she did not notice. She could not notice. Though this should have been Rokkenjima. At some point, it had become the garden of a mansion she had never seen before. It was a garden she had never set eyes on, even grander than the great rose garden of the Ushiromiya family, a garden of gold roses. There stood an arbor, and a woman wearing an elegant dress beckoning to her. There was a man who looked like a butler, and the tea he poured with a beautiful gesture had a very nice and enticing smell. It was as though they were telling her to join their tea party. She couldn't disobey. She had to go to the master of this golden rose garden and give this child as an offering.
許せ、女。魔女に見入られた不運を呪え。そしてこの世で決してめでることかなわぬ黄金のバラに囲まれながら眠れ。ガープ。
はい、了解。
Ooh, I love that pose. When Gap snapped her fingers, a pitch-black hole opened at the woman's feet, and she was swallowed up along with the baby. The scene of the moment that followed must have burned itself into the eyes of the woman and the baby. Oh. Well, damn. The two floated in the air and looked down at the gold rose garden, spread out below them. Below their feet was not the earth, but a golden rose garden that stretched as far as the eye could see without any gaps. If one could have this scene imprinted in their minds at their last memory, That would be such a merciful way to die. Then the woman and the baby were swallowed up by the golden sea. The thunk was remarkably plain, and remarkably quiet for a sound that stole away 2 lives. However, it made for a perfectly suitable show at the tea party of witches. With the woman and the baby at the center, the rose garden was slowly swallowed up by darkness. The sound of the wind grew stronger bit by bit. Is that TV static? What is that noise? I don't hear anything. Oh, there we go. It was the roar of the sea. The 2 who had fallen into the thicket of golden roses from that great height and died were gradually wrapped up in the roar of the sea, wrapped up in the scenery of the beach below the cliff.
わらわが保証するぞ。そなたには何の罪もない。19年前の復讐とやらはこのわらわが買おうぞ。
崖下の2人を見つけ、私は青ざめました。そしてお屋敷へ駆け戻り、大騒ぎになりました。大至急船で病院に運びましたが、あの高さで即死を免れただけでも奇跡。使用人も、そして赤ん坊も死にました。
Well, apparently not.
私はお父様から赤子を預けられ、3日も経ないうちに殺してしまったのです。主人は出張中でした。当時まだお屋敷にお住まいだったローザさんもご友人と旅行中でした。ロッケン島には私とお父様しかいなかった。そして私とお父様以外誰もよく知らぬ間に、どこからともなく赤ん坊が現れ、そして消えていった。あれはそう夢なのよ。悪夢。お父様は私を責めるに違いないと思っていました。しかし何か様子がおかしかった。
読めていたぞ、読めていたぞ、この天罰はな。どこまであがくのか、どこまで我が物にならぬというのか。からの折に興味はない。打ち捨てい。
When father learned of the accidental death, he kept on laughing and laughing, as though there could be no greater pleasure. Enough that just listening to it gave me a creepy feeling. Perhaps something had come loose in his mind. From that day onwards, father shut himself up inside the world of the occult even more than he ever had before. When my husband came back, he was surprised to see that father was even more bizarre than he had been before. However, he had already accepted that this would happen sooner or later. Of course, my husband had heard about the baby. However, he told me that it was surely just some whim of father's, and to forget it. So I forgot it. It was an unfortunate accident. No, there wasn't an accident at all. I forgot everything, even that the baby had existed in the first place. After all, it was a twisted nightmare that lasted not even 3 days. That's right. It was all a nightmare. I don't want to remember. The cliff, the broken fence, the roar of the sea, and the cry of the baby.
その赤ん坊が19年前の赤ん坊だと？
くだらぬ。わらわが殺した。すでにこの世にはおらぬわ。
しかし赤き真実なきが人間の世界。
Oh?
人間の世界に信用できることなどありません。
そうね。ベアとは確かに殺したわ。でも人間の世界では生きていることになっているのかもしれない。本当に生きているのかどうかはともかくね。
実は生きていたというのですか？あの高さからあの岩場に転落して。
わからぬ。だが落ち着け。そやつがどうそなたを憎もうとも真実は事故だ。そなたを恨もうなどお門違いもいいところよ。
でもたとえ指一本触れていないとしても私は心の中で。
落ち着け。19年前の男が何を恨もうと叫ぼうとそなたを追求できる罪などあるわけもない。だから落ち着け。19年前の男はわらわの来客として迎えてやろうぞ。碑文の謎を解かれお役はごめんかと思っていた矢先だ。わらわの最後の客としてもてなしてやらねばな。
面白くなってまいりましたな。ゴールドスミス教の秘密を守るのに加え19人目の来客、さらに19年前の男とは。
そうね。金蔵が生きてると主張する私たちにとってエリカは19人目ね。その19人目の駒に19年前の男。
So many 19s! あ
あ、面白いじゃない。ワクワクするわ。
相手にとって不足なし。わらわの茶会の来客が一人では物足りないと思っていたところよ。来るがよい、愚か者どもめ。
I'm gonna have to use this as a thumbnail. I'm gonna do just that. There we go. Alright. Furudo Erika is Lady Bernkastel's piece. In that case, whose piece is the man from 19 years ago? She, I wonder. The voice, faintly seeping from the other end of the line, was Natsuhi's.
わかりました。今すぐ寝ます。
Wait, what the fuck?
部屋も出ません。電話も出ません。
Okay.
だから夫と娘には。
Huh. Even this begging scream, which would shake the heart of any listener, could be listened to with a cold ruthlessness through the end of the receiver.
母さんが俺の約束を守る限り、あんたの秘密は守ってやるよ。約束を破るなよ。俺はもうお前のすぐ近くにいる。部屋の明かりが消えるかどうか、そして電話をしているかどうかさえ、俺には手を取るようにわかるんだ。俺さえ望むなら、あんたの寝顔にキスすることだってできるんだからな。
守ります。約束は守ります。だからやめて。もうやめて。やめて。
The receiver was slammed down. He knew very well that the way you hang up the phone can leave a nasty aftertaste from the other side. Huh.
じゃあね。おやすみ、母さん。
What the fuck? Oh, come on. What the fuck? Lambdadelta, no!
一丁上がり。
You nasty little witch.
これで夏日は今夜は部屋から出てこないわ。
器用ね。あんた、声を変えられるの？
Yeah, wait, what the fuck?
声くらい誰だって変えられるわよ。
Well, true.
パパにおねだりの時は甘い声。学校休む時は風邪っぽい声。実は嫌いな友達に断る時は申し訳なさそうな声。
お望みなら
どんな声でも
使い分けて。
見せるけど。
あんた、魔女やめたら
God damn it.
声優になるといいわ。
Okay, can we stop with the fourth wall breakings and shit, please? Just get over with it, man.
これでお互い駒の準備は OK かしら？
Oh, God.
フルドエリカ、なかなか素敵な駒じゃない。
Ain't it?
賢者なんかよりはるかにベルにふさわしい駒だわ。お褒めに預かりまして光栄です、ラムダデルタ卿。こちらこそよろしくよ。素敵だわ。
Keep in your pants.
本当に可愛い。魔女幻想に屈服させて、その顔を屈辱に歪めてやりたいわ。
Ugh.
だそうよ。
Please no.
私に恥をかかせないでよね。
Ugh.
演者よりはるかに使える駒だってことを見せてちょうだい。
Get that smirk off your fucking face, you bitch!
お任せを。ベルンカステル卿、我が主。
Oh, God.
私はあのようなネクラで低能で可愛げのかけらもない
Okay.
駒とは違います。
That's a bit uncalled for.
本当よね。
Fucking go tee.
演者なんてクズ肉になってバトラを焚きつける以外何の役にも立たなかったわ。
Oh, come on!
家族愛とか兄弟愛とか私たちは全然興味ないの。私たちが見たいゲームはもっとえぐくてドロドロしててグロテスクでポップでキュートな殺人事件だもの。
Cute? What? Grotesque and pop? Maybe, but cute? What the fuck is wrong with you?
夏日がキングでベアトがクイーンってとこかしら。夏日をかばって群がる魔女と家具たちはチェスの駒というよりはボーリングのピーって感じ。夏日にベアと金蔵にガラクタ家具の幻想たち、私たちを楽しませてみせなさいよね。特にベアと私たちもうあんたには飽きてるの。あんたの魔女伝説殺人ごっこはもうおしまい。あんたの出番もおしまいってわけ。このゲーム版はもう私とベルンがいただいたわ。あんたなんて私たちの駒に落ちぶれて永遠に遊ばれてるのがお似合い
Oh,
よ。
God. I don't like this.
夏日もベアも薄汚い真実という腹渡を薄皮一枚で包んだだけのズタ袋だわ。
Get that ugly face off my screen, damn!
それをズタズタに引き裂いて中身を引きずり出すことこそ私のいいえ、私たちの数少ない娯楽なの。
Fucking twisted ass motherfuckers over here. What the fuck is going on with this?
楽しく遊べるわよ。ねえ、見てる？ベアトリーチェ。あんたのゲーム版はこんなにも楽しく遊べるのよ。私が見せてあげるわ。本当に楽しい第5のゲームをね。
Oh, is it?
私たちばっかり気持ちよく喋っちゃかわいそうだわ。ベアトにも喋らせてあげたら？
そうよ。特別に発言を許すわ。今回のゲームの抱負でも言っちゃったら？何もないって。そうよね、そうよね。あんたバトルに屈しちゃった負け犬だもんね。私に任せなさい。魔女側優勢に一気に流れを変えてあげるから。ただ、あんたという駒はサクリファスさせてもらっちゃうけどね。
非分も第一の番以前にあっさり解かれ、黄金の番人ベアトリーチェも型なしですね。
夏日の幻想として駒に残れてよかったじゃない。ま、もうあんたの扱いは駒じゃなくてピンなんだけどね。
黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェなんてもう出番はないのよ。あんたとその家具たちは私のゲームではほんのちょい役やられ役。気持ちよーくすっ飛ばされて私とベルのおもちゃにされなさいよ。
嫌ならやめてって一言言ってみて。そしたらやめてあげるから。嫌
じゃないってあんたピン確定ね。
Okay, I guess I read this part over here. There's no need for a golden witch anymore. All that's needed is a sacrificial doll, so the two witches can enjoy some time playing. Die, die, and disappear. Confess to your filthy past and your crimes. Speak out your sob story of regret and repentance as you throw yourself off a cliff and die. The Golden Witch will never again have her turn. Oh, what the fuck? This will probably turn out to be a nasty game. On the surface, it looks very similar to the usual tales. However, there is no respect given to the true main character of the story. This tale was supposed to be one that the Golden Witch Beatrice invited Ushiromiya Bachelor to see. However, the host has been lost, and there are no longer any guests. The one who did the inviting and the one who was invited are no longer around in this horrible tale. Welcome to the 5th game. End of the Golden Witch. Welcome to the banquet. Without the guest of honor, hijacked by the evil witches.
いいバトラー。いよいよ2日目を始めるわよ。私はベアトみたいにトロい展開は嫌いなんだから。
好きにしやがれ。お前が何をかき回そうと、俺は必ずこのゲームの真相にたどり着いてやる。
そうでなくては困ります。妹さんのためにもしっかり戦わなくちゃ。ご安心を。ラムダデルタ教はベアトリーチェの間抜けと違い、はるかに恐ろしい相手ですが、私がしっかりサポートするので問題ありません。 私と一緒に今度こそ魔女幻想を暴いてやろうではありませんか。
お前なんか知らねえ。ベアとのゲームにいなかった存在など俺は認めもしないし必要ともしない。
Damn! Alright, I have to clap to that for Battler. That was a weak ass clap, I'm sorry.
強がり言ってる場合ですか。まあお互いせいぜい頑張りましょう。一緒に魔女幻想とやらを引き裂いてやりましょう。
Erika offered me her hand to shake. Instead of just passively ignoring this, I gave her proactive and clear answer by knocking her hand aside.
握手は嫌いだそうよ。エンジェと同じなのね。ご安心を。私はエンジェよりはるかに役立つ駒ですので。バトラさんの闘志を回復する以外何もできなかったひき肉とはわけが違います。頼もしそうな仲間に恵まれて嬉しいわね。かつてはワルギリアに炉の上、エンジェまで来てくれたわ。そしてとうとうベルにエリカまで。あんたを応援してくれる駒たちはこんなにもたくさん。それでも未だに真相の尻尾すらつかめない無能っぷりってどんな気持ち？どんな気持ち？
関係ねえな。これは俺とベアとの戦いだ。その他の誰であろうと関係ねえ。
ああ、そうなの。やっと独り立ち。いっつも誰かに助けられ情けをかけられてばかりのあんたがどこまで一人でできるやら。楽しませてもらうわ。
取り戻すぜ。これは俺たちのゲームだ。お前たちはお呼びじゃね
え。ええ、そうよね。これはあなたたちのゲームだわ。なら取り戻してごらんなさいよ。手加減だらけだったベアとのゲームさえ勝てなかったあんたが誰の助けもなく一切の容赦のないラムダのゲームをどこまで戦えるのか。
ではお目覚めなさい、後ろ宮バトラー。ようこそ10月5日の朝へ。
Well, already then. Okay. Already then. The second day, October 5th, 1986. Well, that was certainly something. I think that was a good chapter. I think it started off a little bit slow. We got a couple of answers. That was a good end. And, yeah. Overall, pretty good chapter. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. And if you did, please leave a like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because there will be more Umineko and Higurashi soon. So until then, until next time, please, as a reminder, stay sinful, folks.